Hello, welcome to NOLA Stamping. I'm Barb Baldwin, and today we're going to be making a fun panda card. So this month we're focusing on the Take a Bow paper. It is sold as a bundle with like a bow maker, but I love the paper just on its own without the bow maker because it's so bright and cheerful. And the thing that's really cool about it is there's like a bunch of different designs that are just so bright and cheerful and work great for more than just Christmas. I know that they intended it for the holiday season, but I think it works great in other places as well. So let's go ahead and make a card. So we're going to go ahead and make the card base out of real red. I love seeing the black and white pandas on a red card base. And so I have a piece that's 5.5 inches by 8.5 inches. And I just folded it in half at 4.25 inches. That makes like a A2 card base. And so then we're going to take the dotted Take a Bow paper. And we're just going to cut it at 4 inches and then cut 3 pieces that are 1.25 inch wide. And so that paper is 6 by 6 because it's intended to go with that specific die. So this design is perfect because it doesn't matter how big the paper is. And both designs on that paper work well for the card. Okay, so we're going to need a piece of real red that's 2.75 inch by 2 inches. And I had grabbed a little scrap piece that was almost there, but not quite. So I got to go back and grab it. So 2.75 by 2 inches. And I love it when I can use up scraps on a design. So this will work perfect for like a little frame for the sentiment. And then we're going to just cut a piece of the Take Bow paper. And that's going to be 4 inches wide by 1/2 inch. So it'll just be a little piece. If you have something else that you want to use, like that's a different design, that works. But the colors all go together really well, so I thought that would work out perfectly. And then we're just going to need a couple of pieces of white cardstock. So one for the sentiment, that's going to be 2.5 inches by 1.75 inch. And then for the interior sentiment panel, we'll need a piece that's 4 inches by 5.25 inch. Okay, so let's do some stamping. That reminds me, sorry this is a little late, but we did a huge stamp camp on Saturday, and there was over 30 projects. It was an all-day sort of thing, and it was so much fun. All the ladies were super creative and supportive, and it's always fun to like get together, even if it's virtually, and do some stamping and crafting. It just it sort of brightens your outlook, so it's a lot of fun. So both of these stamp sets are retired, but I think that they're a good sample for something that you can use. Like you go back to your stash and find the stamp that speaks to you. I love these little pandas. They're just adorable. And anything that really has, as long as you have a stamp that has a balloon on it, you'll be able to do this same technique. I think the design is pretty timeless with the minimal paper that you need. And I find that it's fun to just do a couple things with a balloon, and that always makes everybody feel warmth towards a birthday. So we're just going to quickly fussy cut out the pandas. I've never gotten a die or anything with it, so it'll just be a cute little party panda. And for the balloon, I'm just going to be cutting the balloon off separately. It kind of smudged when I stamped it, but I was going to use some twine on the balloon anyways, so this will work out perfectly. Okay, so let's grab all of our stuff and we'll just sort of assemble the card. I love it when a card comes together like so quick and easily. So we're just going to put the interior sentiment. You can always put like another greeting on the inside. That'll be a fun sort of thing to do. And that's the basic layout for the card, is to put like three of the things of the 1 1/4 inch wide panels there. And I like showing off the two sides of the paper. And, you know, they're always designed so that the colors go together really well. So I thought that it'd be fun to flip the middle one and then just set it down just a hair. And then we'll just put a little embellishment there at the end. And as long as you've kept that like within 1/2 inch, we'll be able to put the banner across the bottom. And that just sort of gives it a nice bottom to where the take a bow papers are. So we just want to do that. And then we're just going to put that front sentiment and mount it on like a little frame. And we're just going to go ahead and use dimensionals to pop that up a little bit. And that way we'll be able to play with the depth a little bit with the balloons. So that'll be fun. And I'm grabbing the black, what are these called? Stampin' Right markers. And I'm just going around the edge of the frame. Just in case, like, because, you know, it just gives it a little tiny hair of a black border, and that just sort of makes it pop a little bit. And then that way, if we put anything that's like red on red, like then it sort of just like subtly pops up. So I'm going to grab another one of those Stampin' Right markers that's real red, so then the balloons will match the background and it won't look too off because, you know, it'll be the same color. So on the Panda stamp, they had like a little accent stamp that was like a little tiny one. So I was thinking, oh, that'll look kind of cute as a border below the border, like just sort of random stamping on the very bottom. So I'm sorry I got that cut off when I was videoing, but you'll see a shot of it here in a second. And then that's all going to get covered up by the pandas. I thought that the baker's twine might look kind of cute, but I think it's too much red on red. So I went ahead and I tried a couple of the different twines that I have. And I think I'm just going to go with the shaded spruce because there's a bunch of green already. So, like, it's not unusual for it. I don't have that black. There's like a neutral twine set, and I think that would look pretty good too. But for this card, I used the shaded spruce, and then I think that pulls everything together really nicely. So I just put some adhesive on the back of the panda and tried to line it up with where the balloon would have gone. And so then I stick it on that, and then I put adhesive on the balloon and sort of figure out where it would go. And then we'll put a dimensional on the back of the balloon just to secure like where the string is so it doesn't like pull out or anything. And then that'll also pop it up a little bit. So we're going to do that on one side, and then that sort of gives that box like a little decoration. So that's kind of nice. And then we're going to do the exact same thing with the other panda. And he's not meant to be holding, or she, the panda, isn't meant to be holding a balloon. But since we have an extra one, I figured why not. And so we're going to just do the exact same thing, put a little bit of adhesive on the back, and then have that covered up with the dimensionals, have the twine go to the hand, and then stick them up on the card. And then because I kind of smudged a little bit the balloon when it was stamped, so I want to cover up that little smudge spot. So I was like gonna try and cover it up with that box. I think it looks really good having the string just go off, but I didn't really have a way to attach the string all the way without gluing like too much. I figure maybe next time when I redo if I do this card again, I can always put it on like a frame or something and then attach the string to the frame. So I don't know. I'll have to think about that. But I think that this card looks pretty good as it is. I love making birthday cards. I think that when they're bright and cheerful, that's even better. And this paper works great with it. So I just recently got these new adhesive backed metallic gems. So I use those to embellish the front of the card. And, once again, I used the odd number and used my tweezers to pop them on there. And I think it works perfectly with the paper, and everything comes out looking cheerful. So once again, apologies for being just a day late because of the stamp camp, but you can mark your calendars and watch for more info on the next one, which will be January 25th, 2025. So make sure to watch for more info about that coming soon. It was a blast, so I hope that you'll consider joining me for the next one. Well, in the meantime, I want to say thanks for making this card along with me. I hope you had a chance to make it or make it your own. And don't forget to stay crafty.